What's up, everybody? Pastor Fulton here. I got to laugh because this is my third time trying to do this video. And it just lets me know that the enemy's really been trying to keep you guys from hearing this video. I wanted to do this thing called Morning Minute. I recorded this twice in my car with my phone, and for some reason, both videos came out unplayable. So I'm really laughing at the enemy right now because I can tell that he has definitely been trying to keep me from getting this video out there. I was actually reluctant in even doing this video because personally, I feel like I talk too much as it is. But it is what it is. I'm a preacher. This is what God has put on me to do. God has anointed me for this. And I just got to do what he's called me to do, despite how I feel. Sometimes I feel like, somebody out there doesn't really want to hear it and whatever, but that has to be what it is. If you feel like I'm talking too much, if you don't like what I'm saying, scroll past. That's all I can really say about that. My brother Sherman said to me that he felt like I needed to do a daily word because hearing me on Sunday just wasn't enough. My wife has always told me you got to give what God has given you. So here I am. All right. So the title of this, as you can see, is The Blueprint. So I've really been really on this meditation piece lately. My wife and I, we went to the I Am Built for This women's conference with Transformation Christian Worship Center. Bishop Rob Lewis, Lady Delisa Lewis put on a fabulous conference in Wilmington, Delaware. The I Am Built for This women's conference, and phenomenal speakers, workshops, the whole night. It was a great weekend of Friday and Saturday. That Friday night, they had Dr. Mike Freeman from Spirit of Faith in Maryland. He came and he spoke about meditation. He spoke about meditating on the word and then meditating on your life, meditating on where you want to be in God, where God has called you, where he has shown you that you are going to be. And he talked about, your mind has to be in a particular place in order for where you are to catch up to that. And you can't let go of where your mind is. You can't stop thinking and meditating on where you want to be. And he gave great illustrations and things about that. So thanks to a conversation I had with Bishop Rob after we were reflecting on the conference, he talked about how much he was really getting into meditating on the word and taking that time just to pray and just meditate with God. So I've been doing that for the past few days, and it has been phenomenal. So Sunday, I taught on meditating on the word day and night. I was just talking about, I preached from Joshua 1 and 8. I preached from Psalm 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth the way of sinners, sit in the seat of the scornful. It says his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in that law he meditates day and night. And in Joshua 1 and 8 says, do not let this law depart from your lips, but meditate on it day and night. And both Psalm 1 and Joshua 1 8, they both promise that in meditating you will have success. Psalm 1 says that man that meditates says he is like a tree planted by the rivers of water, and everything he do shall prosper. And then in Joshua 1 and 8, it says if you meditate on this word and you work on doing what is in it, it says it will make your way prosperous and you shall have good success. So I was teaching these things to my people, and I was just telling them to meditate on this word. And, you got to have this word in you, and you got to meditate on such a way, that it's just in you. But then I also talked about meditating on your life, meditating on where it is you want to go. I talked about how imagination it's gone these days. Life comes and we allow life to destroy our dreams. We allow life to keep us from meditating on where we want to be. So, I was just really just on them with, listen, you can't allow these things to take you away from where God is telling you that you're going and where you want to be. So I was watching this show the other day. It's called Pool Kings. And I got really caught into this show. I went to pick up my wife the other day from my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law had it on because she likes HGTV and DIY channel, different channels like that, House Hunters, all that kind of stuff. And Pool Kings was on. And I was trying to get out the house, but I could not stop watching this show. It was a half-hour show. And it was a marathon. And short after the show, I was there for like an hour and a half just watching episodes of this Pool Kings because I thought it was fascinating what they were doing, how they were transforming these people's backyards and putting these pools outdoor kitchens and decks and everything, and it was absolutely amazing. But I got something while I was watching it, and this is what brought me to this piece here and why I wanted to share this with you. So the Pool Kings, when they get called in, it's because somebody wants a pool in their yard. Okay, so they come and they have a talk with the family. Okay, well, how do you want the pool? How big do you want it? How deep do you want it? How long? How wide? How anything you want special in it, any amenities, things like that. So the family then tells them, okay, we want a spa, we want a hot tub, we want an infinity pool, we want it to look like this, we want it to light up, we want waterfall. They give them whatever it was that they want. The Pool Kings then go and they draw up this 3D blueprint of what the pool is going to look like. Okay, it's completely 3D, and you get to see exactly how things are going to look. They bring it back to the family. They show them this 3D rendering on a tablet, or laptop, or whatever. The family goes, okay, we like that, or okay, do this, do that. They tweak it a little bit. They show them, and then once the family approves it, they begin to work on this project. And then, like I said, it's a half-hour show, but it takes them a few weeks to get this all together. And of course, they speed it up. They show you different phases of the pool being put together. But here's the one thing I want you to get in there. While these guys are working on this pool, they constantly are referring back to the blueprint. They constantly are continuing to show you, the audience, okay, this is what we're working on. And as you can see, this is the phase that we're in. And this is what we're working on, but this is the phase that we're in. Okay. And in one particular episode I was watching, after they showed the blueprint, they went and got an excavator. He drew out the lines of what the pool was supposed to look like in the backyard, and then they began to dig. Well, halfway through the digging in the first day, they had a nice hole, but they weren't quite finished. It started to rain. So now they had to stop for the day to allow the rain to go, because the rain was softening the ground. It was going to make it harder to dig evenly the way they wanted to, so they had to stop. They come back the next day, and now the hole that they were digging is now filled with water. It's now flooded with water. And they were like, well, we can't go today. We're going to have to wait another day. And unfortunately, it's getting ready to rain again. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying here, but many of us, we begin to work on a project that God has given us, and then a storm comes. You see, the rain begins to come, and then we get flooded in that rain. We begin to say things like, I can't even see my way above water. I can't even get my head above water. Why? Because the rain has come, the storm has come, and it has flooded our lives. Okay, but here's the thing I want you to get from the Pool Kings. They only paused the project. They didn't scrap it. Oh, well, it rained. I guess that's the end of that. They didn't scrap it. Why? Because they still had the blueprint. They still had the rendering of what they were going to do. And the rain didn't change that. The rain didn't change how the pool was going to look. All it did was just delay the project. So after a couple of days, the rain had stopped. The water had drained out. They got right back to the project. And they finished it, and it looked exactly like the blueprint. There was even a part where something was going on as they were laying the foundation for the pool. They had to refer back to the blueprint and realize, hold on, wait a minute, this isn't quite exactly what we were supposed to do here. So they had to make some adjustments. So you see what I'm saying here? The blueprint is the guide to where you're going, and you cannot disregard the blueprint. You cannot forget about the blueprint. No matter the storm, no matter the setback, no matter the problem, you need to remember the blueprint. Always look back at what God has shown you that you're going to do. Keep it in the forefront of your mind. Keep it in front of you. Keep it ahead of you, so that you always have something to refer to when there's a problem, when there's an issue, a setback. And here's the thing with the Pool Kings: when they finish this pool, they bring the family out, and they always have, cover their eyes. And this is this big surprise reveal. Okay, 1, 2, 3, uncover your eyes. So when the family uncovers their eyes and they see this finished product, what the show then does is it shows you the blueprint again, and then it shows you the finished product. And it shows you that so that you can see that the finished product is exactly what the blueprint had initially shown the family. What the family is seeing before their natural eyes is what they were able to see in this digital 3D blueprint. And I need you to understand that that's what God is doing in your life. Exactly what he has shown you that you're going to do is exactly what the finished product would be if you don't let go of the project, if you don't stop your work. The word says that, that we will, it says, don't be weary in your well doing, for you will reap if you faint not. You cannot stop the project because of a storm. You cannot stop the project because of a setback. You have to continue to keep the blueprint in front of you. Refer back to it often. Oh, this is what the end result looks like, because God is great for showing us the end result and then bringing us right back to our present, setting our feet and allowing us to walk it out. He may not tell you every obstacle, everything that's going to come in your way, because that's for you to handle with his strength, with his power, but it doesn't negate the blueprint. It doesn't negate the finished product. So that's what I want to encourage you right now, is to keep that blueprint in front of you so that you can continue to view that, meditate on it, imagine it. Imagine you being where God has called you to be. Take yourself there mentally. Watch these shows, man. Get away from the Real Housewives of this and Love and Hip Hop and all that kind of stuff. But check out these shows like House Hunters. Watch these real life people that are just simply searching for a home and see what their budget is. I saw this family, their budget was like $300,000 and they were able to just kind of go pick the house they wanted. That's the kind of life I want. I want to be able to just walk up, call a realtor and say, this is the kind of house I want. I need you to find that for me. Or, hey, get it built. But have a blueprint in mind. I can go way into what architecture and how the architect always has the blueprint laid out. I've been to work sites where they keep a gigantic board of the blueprint on the work site so that it's always available for the workers to refer to it if for some reason they forget or get off a project, get sidestepped or whatever. They can refer back to the blueprint to see what the final product is supposed to look like. So I just wanted to encourage you with that. Just remember to keep that blueprint ahead of you and know that God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or even think. And so here's another thing. When they bring the family out to see the pool, I'm sure that it is far better than what they could have even imagined, even with the blueprint. They knew what it was supposed to look like, but in their mind, like, okay, this is going to look nice. But I'm sure when they finally saw it, it was even greater than what they could have expected. Excuse me, good grief, what they could have expected. And that's how God is going to work in your life. Is going to be so much greater than even what you can expect. Even the blueprint that you have in your mind, God is going to make it even greater than that when you finally get to it. It's still going to be exactly the way you planned it out, but it's going to be so much greater than your expectation if you continue to work it out. So you got to stick with the blueprint, guys. Stick with it. Keep moving. Keep pressing. Keep grinding. God has given me a vision for a business that scares me to death. It scares me to death, but they say if your vision doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. So it scares me to death, and I know there's so much work going to be involved. I know there's going to be naysayers, there's going to be challenges, all kind of stuff. But I know what I see. I got the blueprint, and I know what I see that God is going to do for me. And he's going to do the exact same for you. Keep the blueprint in front of you and allow it to motivate you to forge ahead, to push forward, and know that God has got you, and he's going to see that work to the end in you. God bless you. Listen, I'm going to see you again. I plan to do many more of these as God gives them to me. I'm no longer worried about what anybody thinks about me talking. I'm going to continue to do this regardless. So please, listen, this is on my YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel, please. I'll continue to share these. And I want you to also share it. Please, if you know that someone else needs to hear this word, then please share it. And I encourage you to like, and like I said, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you again really soon. This has been your Morning Minute. This is Pastor Fulton. Love you all.